but I'm scared. I'm just like, what the I'm a mess. I got my sprained ankle.
That's the whole point of this fight. It creates conversation, barbershop conversations, taxi conversations, airplane conversations, and that's what we want. The more people talking about the fight.
Crowd shifted from roaring noise to shocked silence and back again within seconds of fast exchanges. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul was presented as a clash between different generations. A former heavyweight champion seeking to re-establish himself, and a fighter born from social media, who spent years turning attention into real boxing respect. When the final bell sounded, the internet exploded. Clips, reactions, and non-stop opinions breaking the fight down moment by moment. Hours later, both fighters finally shared their thoughts. Honest, controlled, and unshaken. The night meant more than one name written on a scorecard.
He has a very side-on stance. Tries to practice the Philly shell, and I think Jake has a chance that is slim to none.
I appreciate it.
All good?
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Heavyweight of the world!
Yeah. Can you get my back? No. No. For the first week of sparring, I had to get comfortable in there and let things slow down and feel the power out and get the confidence to slip.
Strange quiet follows major boxing nights. Not true silence, but a pause before order returns to the noise. Coaches checked fighters, doctors moved through the room, and both teams pulled back behind closed doors. When statements were finally released, they felt direct and honest. Talks of exhaustion, tough respect, and the calm anger only a fighter can show. Joshua first spoke like a man reviewing what the battle took from him and what it gave back. The wrong steps, the lost rounds, and the moments that will be studied for years. Paul response mixed confidence with deep honesty. He focused on the emotion of the night, the isolation, the crowd, and the wave of judgment that comes with every disputed moment. Both men stressed the same message. Respect for the night, gratitude for the fans, and the choice to let the fight live in memory before it was turned into one line on a score sheet.
Well, it's very tough to say something about Joshua or Jake. You know, I'm waiting for this fight because I'm so excited. But, you know, Jake have a lot of chance to win, and a lot of people think he not, but I believe in Jake. I mean, Joshua is the best fighter and have a lot of experience in boxing. You know, he's a heavyweight guy, but Jake improved a lot, and the people need respect both, you know, because it's not everybody have sorry my language, but have a balls for come inside the ring and fight.
Before the fight, predictions were everywhere and sharply divided. Bookmakers and many experts placed Anthony Joshua as the clear favorite, naming him the likely winner across most betting markets. That view was echoed by major outlets and betting boards. From an analysis angle, CBS Sports and their combat analyst Josh Nagel leaned toward Joshua with his top picks, including a Joshua win by TKO or KO based on Joshua's experience against elite opponents and his known finishing strength. Yahoo Sports viewers also pointed to Joshua as the fighter most likely to end the contest early, noting how the referee setting and scale of the event could favor the more seasoned heavyweight. Still, not everyone agreed. Some of boxing's biggest voices and several well-known fighters offered different opinions. Tyson Fury openly suggested Jake Paul could land a single punch that changes everything, even saying he would bet big on Paul in theory. Fury confidence added fuel to the idea that a shock result was still possible. Dana White, speaking in his usual direct tone, shared doubts about crossover fights, but also showed respect for Paul's courage in stepping into heavyweight chaos. It served as proof that sport leaders were watching, evaluating, and sometimes being surprised. Then there were the fighters themselves. Jake Paul spent years saying he is here to change the rules and publicly predicted a win while claiming Anthony Joshua could not knock him out. He repeated that confidence on shows like Pat McAfee and during early media appearances. That mix of belief and doubt helped elevate the fight itself. When an underdog has real supporters and the favorite has data-driven backing, every round feels larger than life. After the fight, commentators reacted as expected. Some changed earlier takes, others stood firm, and many praised moments they did not expect. A few former champions and active fighters admitted they misunderstood the pace. Others turned the bout into a lesson. Amir Khan, for example, spoke about the punch that could end influencer boxing while praising Joshua's ability to apply classic knockout power and discipline to a modern spectacle. Other fighters used social media to discuss technique, ring control, and rare moments where crowd energy flipped expectations. What stood out was honesty. Very few tried to hide being wrong. Many instead used the fight to discuss skill. How to prepare for a fighter shaped by social media who has sharpened timing against experienced fringe professionals. And how a veteran like Joshua must be ready for physical danger and story-driven pressure that can influence officials, broadcasters, and momentum.
See those big discrepancy in skill. Sometimes the better fighter carries the other fighter, or maybe goes a little easier. Is there any part of you that maybe thinks that way, or are you going in there 100%?
Zero part of me. And it's not even that it's Jake. It's just, do you know, I was actually looking at myself today. I'm a very respectful guy, brought up by a good family, but if I can kill you, I will kill you. That's just how I am. And this is just the job I do, so
In the opening bell, the energy was instant and fast-paced, with exchanges that showed Paul awkward forward angles could land. Some rounds followed classic heavyweight form with distance control, steady jabs, and heavy power shots. Moments that seemed normal on replay felt massive in real time, like a short uppercut that froze the crowd or a small stumble that changed the flow of a full round. Afterward, both fighters spoke with respect about those turning points. Joshua's team focused on sharp jabs and clean power combinations. Paul Camp highlighted rough inside fighting and a calm ring presence that did not match his unusual road to the spotlight. Both sides talked about what the fight truly demanded from them. Fresh respect, fresh questions, and a long list of what might have been. If the ring was where the fight took place, social media was where it lived on. One exchange, one clean clash, or one near fall became the language of the night. Those clips played on repeat for millions. Analysts, public figures, and everyday fans debated technique over and over. Memes stretched a single expression into endless opinions. Both fighters embraced that space. Short, unfiltered videos from the locker room or while heading to medical checks pulled fans into the inner circle. The result made the moment feel human and profitable at the same time. Close-up, honest post-fight clips convinced viewers this was real and not a controlled story. Trainers from both teams spoke with precision. Joshua's corner pointed to gaps in distance control and the need to keep a tighter guard against unusual attacks. Paul coaches praised fitness and toughness while admitting tactical gaps against a finisher like Joshua. Both sides spoke about learning. Neither used the moment for excuses or showmanship. The breakdowns were direct. Why certain rounds shifted, how the speed tested the plan, and what needed fixing next. Those remarks sounded like study notes the fighters will carry into their next training camps.
It is that they're talking about is a massive bonus. So for me, I'm not worried about what people think about the integrity side. I'm more worried about, are they talking? And as long as they...
Fight shifted major business numbers. Betting odds moved during the match and throughout the days that followed. Pay-per-view figures were analyzed closely, and promoters quickly began thinking about rematches. Platforms like CBS and other betting experts released live prop updates and adjusted lines as the action unfolded. It was a clear reminder that modern boxing is both competition and data-powered entertainment. Network executives will be tracking replays and subscription growth for weeks. A dramatic night like this becomes financial fuel. It supports future events, attracts new viewers, and can change a fighter's value almost instantly. While analysts debated skill, fans debated meaning. Social platforms filled with personal reactions and deep loyalties. Longtime boxing fans criticized the showmanship. Younger audiences praised the blend of media and technique, and neutral viewers admitted they were drawn into the moment. One feeling kept repeating. People wanted to say they were there for it. Both fighters thanked the fans in separate statements, recognizing that the event only mattered because people watched and cared. Talk of a rematch started in the crowd and never really faded. From a promoter view, this makes sense. Dispute creates demand, and a second fight sells naturally. Public comments from both camps stayed cautious, which is a standard move that keeps leverage balanced while testing public interest. Those close to the sport know a rematch becomes likely when the first fight leaves unresolved questions. Both fighters avoided closing the door, which means the story continues. At the same time, both teams stressed health in their remarks, mentioning monitoring and safety checks. It was an important reminder that beyond hype and money, long-term well-being comes first. That focus helped cool some online noise and shifted attention toward recovery and future plans. Fights often reset stories. For Joshua, this becomes another chapter alongside championship setbacks and reinvention. For Paul, it stands as a high-pressure test for a career built on visibility and real results. Both spoke about legacy. One saw it as a long journey, the other as immediate effort. They agreed on one truth. Legacy depends on response. What they do next in training media and competition will matter more than any single result. By night's end, both men spoke with humility and resolve. They thanked their teams, admitted pain and frustration, and committed to returning to work with purpose.